It's time to up our rib game. Let's do this, shall we? What's going on, guys? Jaxx the Bearded Hiker here. So these aren't your average ordinary ribs we're going to be smoking up today. I need you to step outside your comfort zone and give these jokers a try. Let's get busy. So first thing we need to do is get our rub going here. We're going to start out with 4 teaspoons of granulated garlic. Now I'm going to leave the proportions and everything in the description in case for you people out there that aren't paying attention. All right. Next up, 4 teaspoons of granulated onion powder. Next up, 4 teaspoons of paprika going in. 4 teaspoons of black pepper. This is coarse ground, by the way. 4 teaspoons of salt. This is Himalayan pink salt. That's why it's pink. And lastly, 4 tablespoons. That would be tablespoons of curry powder. Now, I know the people that are not wanting to step outside the box are clicking off right now, but just hang around. Trust me, the curry doesn't overpower these ribs. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on and give it a shake, and we'll be ready to sprinkle this on our ribs. All right, we got our 3 racks of rib here, so we're gonna season liberally here with our rub on both sides, and I'm not putting any binder on there. If you wanted to use a binder, you could, but I don't find it needs the binder. I actually like doing my ribs like this because any spillage from seasoning one rib at a time kind of goes off onto the other ones. That was a pro tip, and that was for free. All right, I'm not going to show you guys, me seasoning all 3 of these up, but I am using the pit barrel cooker, so I am going to show you how I hook these jokers up. So what I'll do is I'll come down and find like the second rib, and I'll just go in between the second and the third rib there. All right, and then we'll hang it just like that. I'm actually putting hooks on both ends because I like to rotate my ribs. See what I got? 1. So I'll hang this way for a while and then I'll flip around. In the pit barrel cooker, your ribs do hang close to the fire. I find that it gives a more even cook this way. You don't have to do it. I will say that. You don't have to. Now I do have the charcoal basket full down there. I also have some acacia wood in there. We'll see, I'm going to let these go. I'm not even going to look at them for an hour. So while you guys are standing around there drinking a beer or smoking your ribs, let's put together this glaze. We start out with some freshly grated ginger. Big tip on that, if you'll freeze your ginger first, it's a lot easier to grate. And again, I'm going to leave a list in the description on how much you should use. Next up, we're going to be using the zest of 1 lime, and I just use this little doohickey here. I don't know what it's called, microplane or something. We're going to be using the juice of this lime as well. I've already grated my ginger, but I'm going to be using that ginger first. So let's just mix everything first. All right, so we got our grated lime zest in there plus the juice. Now we'll throw in a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Get off there, you little badger. I make my own brown sugar. That's why there's some white flecks in there. I was a little bit lazy. All right, I'm going to be throwing in 1 cup of coconut milk, not the whole can, only 1 cup. In goes our 1 cup of coconut milk. And give it a little whiskey. Not whiskey, but a whiskey. I know everybody's just cracking up right now at my lame jokes. Looks like chocolate milk, don't it? This is going to be so good. All right, give it a little taste. Oh yeah, that's good. Salty, a little, not really sweet, salty, getting the citrus. All right, so let's step over here before we put that in and get this other stuff going. All right, so I got my freshly grated ginger in there. Let's go in with a 1/4 cup of sesame oil. Now this doesn't take long. We don't want to burn the sesame oil. We just want to fry that ginger just for about, I don't know, like a minute or two. Don't burn it or it's gonna get bitter. See how there's a little bit of bubbles on there? That's all we need right there. Okay, quickly, let's take that out. Now let's add our chocolate milk. Okay, we're gonna simmer this for just about 3 minutes, and then our glaze will be ready to start glazing those ribs after our hour. So remember, we put them in there, we're letting them smoke for an hour, and then we'll start glazing. Okay, it's been an hour, so we're about ready to start mopping these or glazing these. We're gonna do one at a time. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of lay them across here like that. Now remember, we're also going to be flipping. So now we were hanging from this, we're going to be hanging from that. So let's just put a glaze, some of this glaze on there. We're going to do both sides. We're going to do all 3 racks, obviously. Our bark's already set on there. This is the back side of that other one. We're trying to do this fast. I should have set these down and mopped them somewhere else because heat's getting a little high already. You live and you learn. Should have known better. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Whoa, check out these glasses, man. All right, wait. All right, so look, what I'm doing is we're basting these every 30 minutes, and I'm actually being a little bit smarter this time. I was trying to do this for camera situation. Taking one out at a time, and we're going to glaze them lightly. You see we got some shininess on there, so it's working out good. We're going to do these one at a time. I don't think you need to see that. But we're going to do this again. Remember, we're flipping every 30 minutes, and we're also basting. We were flipping once an hour. Now we're going to... seeing as how we're opening the lid anyway, we're going to go ahead and flip the ribs and baste them every 30 minutes. And see how it goes. We are an hour and a half in right now. Ooh, she looks good. You might be noticing right now that this is a shorter looking rack of ribs. And it is because what I did is I cut part of it off before I put it in there because there was a big hunk of fat on there that I didn't really want on there. And just so you guys know, I'm running at about 300 degrees. I stuck my ThermoPro in there. We're running about 300 degrees temp wise as far as the pit barrel is concerned. A little high. I'd like it to be a little lower, but we can work with this. All right, 2.5 hours in, starting to see some pullback on this. Come on, be slipping around on me, you little sucker. Still looking good. I don't think we're done yet. So we got butter going on here. So I'm not checking the temp, I'm just checking the tenderness. So what I think here is going on, let's see. I think this is, our other ones are not done, but this one is done. And I'm gonna show you how we know. Not obviously I showed it looked like butter, but you see how I'm picking this up? You see how that's breaking there? That's how you tell if your ribs are done. So we're gonna call this rib, this is our short rib. That's that one I was telling you earlier that I cut the end off. Not really sure why this one got done before the other ones. I'm thinking the other ones are probably gonna be another 30 minutes. And we are exactly 2.5 hours in. So 2.5, this one's ready. I'm thinking probably total 3 hours on that. So I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna wrap this in some aluminum foil. Let's check this other one. Oh yeah, butter, 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 butter. All right. Man, these are gonna be so delicious. Okay, let's give one a try real quick. All right, let's give these jokas a try. I'm gonna use my brand new buck knife. I don't know what that I got for Christmas from management. She always looks out for me, and I love this thing. All right, we're just gonna go on that last one we pulled off there. Whoa, did you see that? When I cut into it, like the liquid just shot out. That's crazy. I'm gonna spare you guys the whole squeezing of the rib. I know you guys are tired of doing that, but trust me, it is juicy. Wow. All right, here we go. I'm going in. It's still hot. Ooh. All right. Hang on a second. I need a napkin. Let me get one. Still very hot, guys. Maybe you can see this, maybe you can't. We got a good smoke ring there. I am gonna spare you on the squeezing. So let me tell you, for all you curry haters out there, I don't think you should stress about that. There's a little bit of curry in the background, just a hint of curry flavor in the background, picking up quite a bit of spice. I'm guessing that's from the you know, those red pepper flakes, so I'm definitely getting some spice. And a little hint of coconut in the background too. Not too salty. You know, you would think by hearing the recipe and knowing the things that in it, in this, you're thinking off the top of your head, oh, you know, this is going to be some like Indian flavors or this overpowering curry flavor or coconut flavor, but it's not. It's not at all. Step outside your box, guys. Aloha spare ribs with coconut ginger glaze. Do it.